Hey, this is Beebee. I'm here with my dog Ruby. This is Hustle Cat. We are recording from my parents' house. Everyone's still alive, so don't panic. But we did come to stay with them and kind of help around the house. I say we as if Ruby's helping around the house. Well, she is with her companionship, I guess. But we've been me and my mom, taking care of the garbage and the lawn, and there's some construction going on with their deck and basically just making sure all of their ducks are in a row is why I'm here. So I didn't want to leave you guys hanging for too long. I'm probably going to be here for a little bit until my dad's health takes a turn either way. So I'll probably be recording a little bit more in the house, but I'm in the guest room by myself, so we should be okay. It's the opposite side of the house, as long as I don't scream. Which is a question when it comes to me, isn't it? Anyway, Finley says this is Mason, and upon looking at her, and if you have seen any of my other videos, you know that I love her. You know that I do. Anyway, she's our head chef. Or our only chef, I guess. How do you have so many employees and only one chef? She has to be there every single day. She says, well, nice to meet you both, we say. Yeah. She's a woman of few words. Finley reaches up and places her hand against the back of Mason's head. She pushes her hand forward, forcing Mason to nod, which Mason must be allowing it. So they you know what? It's good. They're buddies. I'm amazed Mason is putting up with this. Yeah, no kidding. Finley says, wow, that's the most you've spoken all day. She likes you already, Avery. Aw, thanks. I feel special. Mason makes a quick little noise that could either be a laugh or a grunt. Maybe it was both. How kind of y'all to save the best for last, says Reese. I'm Reese, and I'm the one you'll be answering to after Graves, so you'd better stay on my good side. I would have sworn Landry was second in command here, so I don't know what this kid's talking about. Just because he's short, he's the same age as you, by the way, but just because he's little, everyone is like, oh, he's a wee babe. Not fair, poor dude. We stan a short king. I didn't even see him at all during the interview yesterday. Reese says, I'm on cat detail today, but don't think that means I won't be keeping an eye on you. Cat detail must mean taking care of the cats. Very good, Avery. Obviously. I'm learning quickly. I don't know why the second in command would be so eager about telling me he's gonna clean litter boxes today. Maybe it's a weird status thing here. Litter boxes, I'm sure there's probably some training or socialization involved. Wrangling. I don't know. Ew. I'll be on my best behavior then, I guess, we say. Good. Is that a threat? I'll take you out. Landry says, okay, that should be everybody then. Avery, you'll be training with me today. I hope that's okay. That's fine with me, we say. Graves says, it looks like I'm no longer needed. I have other work to do. You know where to find me. Graves slinks to the back of the cafe. I think I can hear footsteps on creaky stairs. Where is he gonna hide? It's an open concept. Mason and Hayes disappear after him. Avery, did you have breakfast? We're gonna have something to eat before work if you'd like to join us. It's tradition. That sounds great. Tradition that we have breakfast every day, or that we welcome new employees with breakfast is the question. That sounds great. I fed my cat, but I forgot to feed myself. Reese has already seated himself at the long booth seated along the wall. He scoots two of the tables together, and Landry pulls over another chair. Great, just sit and relax. Mason's just finishing up breakfast. I move to take a seat, but Finley blocks my path. Avery, before you sit down, I have a question for you. Already? What's up? Okay, is that... Her voice drops almost conspiratorially. She grew. She leans in to whisper. That's an IKEA shirt, isn't it? He's my favorite too. Oh, what? IKEA? From Blast Zone? From what? Oh no. Look, you don't have to play dumb. I get it. No. We say, no, I really have no idea what it is. Is that like a show? Is this shirt from something? She says, oh, no, never mind. Don't worry about it. Awkward. But now you've got my interest. I do want to know what it is now. Now you've got my interest. What's the Blast Zone, we ask. I don't know if it would be your type of game after all. Oh, it's a game, we say. I like games. Try me. Well, it's a story about men's passions clashing in a life or death struggle, she says. Sounds dangerous, we say. Oh, it is, but it's also romantic. Romantic? Like love blooming on the battlefield? That kind of thing? Look at our fucking face. What a nightmare. She says, yeah, I think you do get it. Maybe I'll lend it to you sometime, if you prove yourself worthy. I'm not really sure what that involves, but sure. She says, okay. She gives me a grin and a wink and then takes a seat at the table next to Reese. I noticed that somebody set the table while I was talking to Finley. Landry says, Mason and Hayes should be out in a minute, Avery. Come sit down. Sure. What else would you do? Where should I sit, though? What if there are some unspoken rules about this sort of thing and placing? You never know with new groups. Landry answers the conundrum for me by beckoning to the seat between him and Finley. He's like, please be a buffer between us. Quietly, I take the seat. Mason emerges from the back with a large tray balanced atop each hand. One tray has a giant stack of French toast. The other is some kind of egg thing. I'm not sure, but it looks amazing. Whoa! I had no idea how hungry I was until just now. She sets the trays down in front of us and then returns to the kitchen. I hope she gets back soon because I'm about to be on that egg thing like mochi on wet food. Wet food. Pause. Someone's going to the bathroom, I think. We're fine. You can hear everything. Oh my god. They're in the country, so there's flies here too. They're like little kind of like gnat creatures. I don't know. They come from the fields. We've got horses on either side of us, and then cows on either side of the horses. Mason returns a few moments later. Oh, she's got 6 empty coffee cups in her arms. Hayes follows in tow, carefully balancing a carafe full of coffee. I think that's how you say it. That's how I've heard it said. They set the cups in carafe on the table and take their seats. Hayes' butt barely hits the chair before the others start to dig in. Don't be talking about people's butts, Avery. I love this shot. This is a very good art piece that they took the time to make, and I appreciate it because if there was less effort, they could have just had, their little pictures pop up and continue talking. But this is nice. I'm a little afraid that I'll lose my hand in the fray if I try to jump in now, but I'm so hungry. Landry reaches out an arm from behind a fortress of French toast slices. He lightly bats at Reese's hand as it reaches for the syrup pitcher. Save some for Avery. How much is he gonna eat? Reese says, geez, calm down. You're the one stealing all the food. I haven't taken any more than usual, says Landry. To be fair, he's like twice your size, so he probably needs to eat twice as much. Breakfast is important, the most important meal of the day. We're serving it up Gary's way, while everyone shouts and chatters across the table. I help myself to a bit of everything. I'm not used to eating a real breakfast, especially one that didn't come out of a microwave, so I'm going to savor this. My go-to breakfast, I would either get like a thing of pastries, and then I was also really big on peanut butter jelly sandwiches when I worked in the city. Something quick with lots of sugar. Avery says, wow, this is amazing. Mason, what is this egg thing? Mason's eyebrow shoots up. She looks at me like I grew another nose. We addressed her directly. Frittata, she says. Is that like a souffle? It looks like it'd be really hard to make, we say. Just eggs and vegetables in a pan, she says. We say, still, I know I wouldn't be able to make anything like that. It's really nice to have a real breakfast. Finley says, what do you usually eat? We say, mostly cold pizza or toaster tarts, I guess, if I remember to get them. Mason glares like I just knocked her plate to the floor. She's all about the good food. She doesn't love it. She doesn't swallow, right? She stares directly at me, through me, with a hard look in her eyes. You eat here now, she says. Always. I fucking love it. I love a chick who will take care of me, please. Please be mean to me and take care of me. It's all I need. Avery says, can I still have pizza sometimes? Mason says, not for breakfast, ever. I can hear Finley and Reese snickering. Okay, but other times are still okay, right? Mason rolls her eyes and goes back to her coffee. She's had enough of our bullshit. Reese stares up at me between bites of French toast. Reese says, Avery, when we're done, we need to talk about dress code. Landry says, oh, Reese, don't start this again. Shh, it's an important part of new employee orientation, says Reese. Landry passes a positively pained look at Reese. He glances at me, but a poke to the ribs from Finley sends him staring back at his plate. Landry, you're such a mama bird sometimes, she says. Lighten up. Reese says, Avery, look at this place. We take our visual presentation very seriously here. No offense, but you can't tell. Not with this hodgepodge of clothes, but you gotta look like a hipster. It's a requirement. I think he's hazing us, is my bet. Mason gives another grunt. Hayes places his empty plate and cup on Mason's plate and takes the stack into the back with the urgency of a tactical retreat. Graves and I expect a certain level of decor with the waitstaff, says Reese. Are we not allowed to gain more than 2 centimeters on our waist? What was that documentary I watched? It was something about the modeling agency and how it really preys on like underage girls from like foreign countries who think they're gonna like make a living doing this, and then the cost of their room and board and like the like agency representation like puts them into debt, and they spend their whole time trying to earn that money back, and it's like super exploitative and disgusting. But then this one girl, she was so sick of it, and when they were hired and put in this like little hostel together, they were all told like if you gain more than 2 inches on your waist, like you'll be fired basically and sent home. And so she couldn't figure out how to get out of this situation, so she just started eating junk food, and she put on more than 2 inches and they sent her home. I was like, that's so fucking smart. You're so smart. Anyway. Avery says, is this about my outfit? I woke up a little late, so don't admit that. Reese says, no, this is about uniforms. Mason pushes her chair away from the table with enough force that it wobbles briefly on 2 legs. Fuck, she's gonna throw down. She stands and takes my plate in one fell swoop. Opening soon, time to get ready, she says. She picks up the now empty cast iron skillet with one hand and balances a few of the other plates on top. That looks heavy, but she's holding it all like it's nothing. Come on. She stares me down and gestures to the back door with a head nod before she heads into the kitchen. Fuck yeah, she don't have to tell me twice. I'm going with her. Reese says, don't think you can run off so easily, Avery. You'll get written up if you don't have your uniform. I'm calling bullshit. Where is everyone else's uniform? He can always catch me later, too. If I'm going to get written up, that's his responsibility. I'm helping them in the kitchen. Is Mason really the only chef here? That must take a lot of work. I bet she could use some help. Also, fuck you. Mostly, I'm just grateful she gave me an out. Whatever Reese is planning, it doesn't seem like anyone but Finley cares for it. No, thank you. Thank you, Avery, for having, like, a modicum of awareness. I think Mason and Hayes wanted my help, though, we say. Reese says, fine, if Mason needs the help, but you're not off the hook for this yet. Landry says, Reese. Reese says, oh, come on, Landry, don't look at me like that. Something is definitely up. You're such a shit, Reese. Whatever it is, I'm not gonna fall for it. Well, I'll be back once Mason says I'm done. I quickly retreat back to the kitchen before Reese can delay me further. It's so cute in here. And so tidy. Good job. Even though I work here now, I still feel like I'm trespassing on hallowed ground. I've never been in a restaurant kitchen before. Heck, I'm barely in my own kitchen. It smells amazing, almost enough to make me hungry all over again. Hayes is at the sink, carefully scrubbing the iron skillet we used at breakfast. It looks like he's already got the dishes on lockdown, to be honest. Mason only spares me a glance. She's already back to work, and it looks like there's a lot of it left to do. I think it was just a cover. I don't think they actually need you. She dips a long spatula into a big metal bowl and heaps a glob of frosting on top of a cake. It's mesmerizing to watch her move as she works to smooth the frosting. Can I help, we say. Any experience, she asks. With what? With baking? She says, don't know why I asked. Burn! She doesn't bother looking up, but it feels like she doesn't have to see the cake to decorate it. I bet she could do this in her sleep. Don't touch anything, she says. I don't know what decision to make, so I'll figure this out in the next episode. See you then. Like and subscribe. Bye.